Hi, welcome to Medium with a Mic. I'm Kari and I'm really happy that you're here with me today. Today's podcast is called Spring Equinox, Dancing Between Light and Dark. You know, there's something magical happening right now. Can you feel it? The air is shifting and the earth is waking up. And we're standing at one of the most powerful moments of the entire year, the spring equinox. Now, before you think this is just about flowers blooming and birds chirping, though I do love that stuff, we're going deeper today because the spring equinox on March 20th isn't just a date on the calendar. It's a cosmic reset button. It's the moment when day and night are perfectly equal, when light and dark stand hand in hand in perfect balance. And here's the thing, that balance isn't just happening out there in the universe. It's happening inside you too. So today we're exploring what this means for you spiritually, energetically, and yes, even scientifically, because spirit and science, they're not enemies. They're dance partners. And right now, they're waltzing together beautifully. Grab your tea, get cozy, and let's dive in. Let's start with what's actually happening up there in the cosmos, because understanding the mechanics makes the magic even more meaningful. The spring equinox, also called the vernal equinox, occurs when the sun crosses the celestial equator, moving from the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere. On March 20th this year, we'll experience almost exactly 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness. Equal, balanced, perfectly poised. Now, here's where it gets interesting from a scientific perspective. This isn't random. Our planet is tilted at 23.5 degrees on its axis, and as Earth orbits the sun, that tilt creates our seasons. The equinox is one of two moments each year when that tilt is perpendicular to the sun's rays, meaning neither hemisphere is tilted toward or away from the sun. Why does this matter to you? Because you're not separate from these cosmic rhythms. You are these rhythms. Your body is about 60% water, right? And we know the moon affects the tides. Well, guess what? These planetary movements affect you too. Your circadian rhythms, your hormone production, your energy levels. They're all influenced by light and darkness. Studies have shown that as daylight increases after the winter solstice, our serotonin levels rise. That's the neurotransmitter that stabilizes our mood, our feelings of well being, and happiness. We literally become more balanced as the light returns. So, when I talk about the spring equinox being a time of balance, I'm not just being poetic. Your biology is responding to this cosmic event, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. Now, let's talk about what's happening on the energetic and spiritual level, because that's where things get a little juicy. The spring equinox has been celebrated by cultures around the world for thousands of years. The ancient Egyptians built the Great Sphinx to point directly at the rising sun on the equinox. The Mayan pyramid at Chichen Itza creates a shadow serpent that appears to slither down the steps only on the equinox. Our ancestors knew this was sacred time. In the spiritual realm, the equinox represents the balance point between opposing forces, light and dark, masculine and feminine, action and rest, expansion and contraction. And here's what Spirit has been showing me. This isn't about choosing one over the other. It's about honoring both. We live in a culture that worships the light. We're told to be positive, stay busy, keep producing. always be on. But you can't have spring without winter. You can't have day without night. And you can't have growth without rest. The equinox asks us, where in your life are things out of balance? Where have you been living too much in the light, overgiving, overworking, overdoing, without honoring your need for darkness, for rest, for receiving? Or conversely, where have you been hiding in the shadows, afraid to step into your power and let yourself be seen? This is the time to take honest inventory, not from a place of judgment, but from a place of loving awareness. Here's something most people don't realize: March 20th isn't just the spring equinox, it's also the beginning of Aries season, which means it's the astrological new year. While everyone else is already breaking their January 1st resolutions by now, no judgment, we've all been there. You get a cosmic do over. This is your chance to truly begin again. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, ruled by Mars, the planet of action and courage. It's cardinal fire energy, initiating, pioneering, brave. Think of a seed cracking open underground, the first green shoot pushing through the soil towards the sun. That's Aries energy. That's the energy available to you right now. Remember back on January 1st when I talked about creating your destiny? Well, this is that energy in a different form. January 1st is a mental construct, a human made calendar marking. But March 20th, that's the cosmic reality. The universe is literally resetting. So if you're feeling stuck, stagnant, or like you're waiting for permission to start something new, this is your sign. Actually, this is the universe lighting a fire under you and saying, what are you waiting for? Aries doesn't ask for permission. Aries takes action. Aries leads. Aries courageously takes the first step, even when the path isn't clear. The question is, what do you want to initiate? What new beginning is calling to you? What would you start if you weren't afraid? So, how do we actually work with this powerful equinox energy? I'm going to give you some practical ways to harness this moment. Whether you're spiritually experienced or just tipping your toes into this world. The first is balance inventory. First, get honest about where your life is out of balance. Grab a journal and draw a line down the middle of the page, and on one side, list areas where you're overdoing. Maybe you're overworking, overthinking, or overgiving. On the other side, list areas where you're underdoing. Maybe you're not speaking up for yourself, not pursuing your dreams, not taking time for joy. Just notice, no fixing yet, just witness where the scales are tipped. The second is shadow work. The equinox reminds us that we need both light and dark. Your shadow isn't evil, it's just the parts of yourself you've hidden away because you learned they weren't acceptable. Maybe your anger, your grief, your desires, or your power. Ask yourself, what have I been unwilling to look at? What have I been pushing down or pushing away? And then, and this is the important part, can you hold that part of yourself with compassion? Can you say, yes, this is also me, and it's welcome here? Planting intentions. Since we're entering the astrological new year, this is prime time for setting intentions. But here's the key: don't just think about what you want to create. Feel it. Embody it. Close your eyes and imagine your life 6 months from now on fall equinox. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Who are you becoming? And get specific. Let yourself feel the emotions of already having what you desire. This is manifesting 101. Then ask Spirit, what is one action I can take this week to move toward this vision? That equinox is about balance, but it's also about movement. Equal day and night, yes, but after this point, the light begins to grow. Things are in motion. You're being called to move as well. Next is create an equinox ritual. And this doesn't have to be complicated. Light a white candle for balance. Or write down what you're releasing from the dark half of the year on one piece of paper and what you're calling in from the light half on the other. Burn the first one safely, and you can also bury it, ruin it with water, or rip it into tiny pieces and throw it away. And place the second one on your altar or somewhere where you're going to see it. Or go outside at sunrise or sunset on March 20th. Those threshold times when light and dark are dancing together. And stand with your feet on the earth and feel yourself as the connection point between heaven and earth, between light and dark, between what was and what's coming. You don't need fancy tools or years of training. You just need your intention and your willingness to show up. Here's what I know to be true and what Spirit keeps showing me over and over in readings lately. You are being called to step into a new version of yourself. Not a better version, you're not broken. A more authentic version, a more balanced version, a more courageous version. The spring equinox is offering you a doorway. The question is, are you willing to walk through it? Because here's the thing about doorways. You can't take everything with you. Some beliefs have to stay behind. Some patterns have to be left at the threshold. Some versions of yourself have to be honored and released so the new you can emerge. And I'll be honest with you, that can be scary. Growth always is. But you know what's scarier? Getting to the end of your life and realizing you never let yourself fully bloom. You never let yourself be seen. You never took the risk to become who you really are. The energy of Aries says, be brave, take the first step, trust yourself. The energy of the equinox says, you contain multitudes, honor all of yourself. The energy of spring says, it's time to grow. So what is it going to be? What are you ready to balance? What are you ready to release? What are you ready to become? The universe is listening. The earth is ready. And whether you realize it or not, you're ready too. Thank you for spending this time with me today, exploring the magic and meaning of the spring equinox. I hope this has sparked something in you, whether that's curiosity, courage, or just a sense of possibility. If this resonated with you, I'd love for you to connect with me. You can email me on my website. I offer personal readings where we can dive deeper into what's happening in your unique energy and life path. I also send out the podcasts and have them on my podcast page under my website, www.sacredwhispers1111.com. And hey, if you're feeling a call to work with this equinox energy but aren't sure where to start, just reach out. That's what I'm here for, to help you understand the whispers of your soul and the language of the universe. If you don't mind, please like, share, subscribe, comment. It helps me grow and encourages me to continue on this labor of love. You can even buy me a coffee on my podcast page in support. Until next time, remember, you are both the darkness and the light, and both are sacred. Balance isn't something you find, it's something you create moment by moment, breath by breath. So keep listening to those whispers of wisdom.